making an improved dust collection hood where I had the curved air path and it plugged up, everybody keeps suggesting, well, why don't you just make the takeoff on the bottom? Well, that sounds intuitive, but if you look at it here, it would immediately hit this part, and if the router is lowered, then it would hit the base. And so then maybe if you're figuring maybe if it was curved forward like this, but then the problem is as I come here and I bring the router up, then it starts to hit the table. And so I'd have to have this curve down quite a bit and then come forward. But again, then if I lower it, I'm starting to hit stuff here. So unless this whole part of the Pantorouter is redesigned to be open right there, you're going to run into problems. And even if it was open, you'd have to have quite a bit of space down here for the hose. So the whole Pantorouter would become much taller and bulkier. In the meantime, just having it come out like this actually works surprisingly well because a lot of the air just gets swirled around from the router bit and from the shavings coming off, so it manages to clear those out eventually. The other question is, why is it so expensive? I think it's too expensive. I mean, heck, it's just a freaking piece of plastic with a brush. The problem is the tooling. Injection molded tooling is very expensive. This needs a 3-part mold for the one part, and then there's this part on here, and that's ultrasonic welded on there. So there's a whole lot of tooling that had to be done, and I was actually just Skyping with Kuldeep about this. Why did it cost so much? And he told me, well, the tooling for this thing was $20,000. Now, if you're going to make 20,000 of these, well, that would only be $1 on the tooling a piece. But this is a specialty item. It's small volume, so you're not going to be able to amortize it that quickly. And then even the per unit production on this thing is relatively expensive, again, because of small volume. And this brush here is also a considerable expense. So overall, this thing I think probably costs about $50 to make once you have the thing. And then you still want to amortize the cost of the tooling somehow, and that's why it's so expensive. So yeah, if everybody bought one of these things, I'm sure the price would come down. So just buy one and get all your friends to buy one and everybody else, and eventually it'll be cheaper. Of course, that won't help you any because you will have already bought one.